In life now. Today we saw Ronaldo in tears.
The goat in tears. Some people's goat in tears, right?
Exactly. And I didn't expect him to miss that penalty, but it happens, right? Both keepers
Yeah.
were very good in this game. They were sharp. Slovenia is a very stubborn side. They did not give Portugal a chance. Portugal tried
No.
everything. Even Cancelo was cooking. Cancelo. I was so surprised.
Cancelo that is an average player,
He was cooking in the
right?
game. He was
Plays
dribbling,
well,
doing all sort
plays
of.
well.
He was a menace today. But Slovenia, they maintained shape. They stayed
4-4,
compact.
traditional 4-4-2. They showed us that their coach showed us that 4-4-2 is not, how do I say it? Is not a forgotten formation. I know the modern
Exactly.
day football is more like 4-4-2. We go with 4-3-3, 3-4-3, three five
Exactly.
two, but
Yeah.
4-4-2
And to stay disciplined to execute it to that level
is
as
solid.
well.
Yeah, yeah, so crazy. But anyways, what do you let's start from, okay, let's start from Slovenia side. What do
Mhm.
you think of the one-on-one that Sesko missed?
I think he was under pressure, right? And that pressure might not have been like it might not have been like the pressure from the defender. I think it was under pressure like mentally. It's like there was there was no sort of composure with the way he played
Okay.
it. But then again, the save was actually good, right? Because the keeper delayed and went to ground just right at the last
Yeah,
moment
you
where
can
it
say
really
this.
mattered.
Yeah. Mm. But the thing now is that the way he took the ball wasn't good. I felt like I was watching another Nicholas Jackson, because I've seen that
Mm,
for the last 1 year. What Sesko did with all the hype he had. Oh, Arsenal wants to buy him, Chelsea wants to buy him, or United are thinking. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah.
is this the Sesko they are talking about? That people are dying for 80 million. I'm like, seriously, this is the Sesko. You miss that
Mm.
type of one-on-one. Oh my god,
But man, I know.
that's a serious crime.
Yeah.
That one-on-one is what you do there is simple. You, as you're getting to the keeper, you sit him down. You give him let him sit down. When he sits down on the ground, you chip him. That's one way. Or
Mhm.
you let him sit down, then you take the ball around and you score.
Yeah, but this is a keeper that is very, very good. You cannot rule out his role in stopping that one on one,
He
right?
tried, but it was too obvious what he wanted to do. He
Yeah,
chose the simplest option, was just to try and bend it,
around the keeper.
right? The
Yeah,
keeper he was going back. Costa, we should also commend Costa in the sense that he was going back.
yes,
Then later he now said, "Why am I going back? No, I'm not going back." He came forward. So it's
yes,
when Sesko saw him coming forward, I think he became scared
and
and said,
played
"Okay,
it.
let me just take it now."
Yes,
Right? But part of it is the mind game the keeper used on him. Was going back, then suddenly he stopped and started to come forward, right? And he made
yes.
himself big. But let me tell you, there are some
Yes.
players you mean. If it's Kai Havertz,
Mm-hmm.
what's his name? Diego Costa or whatever, he's not catching that ball. He'll be
But
sat down
man,
first.
both
Chiprun,
keepers were very good.
outstanding. Oh, Black was he. In fact, if Ronaldo sees Oh Black anyway, just be like Oh
Ronaldo
Black.
also had a chance in the game where he almost scored Oblak, but he played it on
Casual,
Oblak's
yeah, it was.
body and he caught it.
Yeah.
So that's also another situation like that. The game was just filled with
So
things like that where the keepers were just outstanding, stopping the easy chances from getting in. So it was very tough. It was really tough
okay, so the question I want to ask you is this: should Ronaldo even be starting in these Euros?
for
Because
Portugal.
yes, in I know in the last one of the videos we did last week, we talked about this.
Yeah.
Like, should Roberto Martinez be starting Ronaldo? because they had so many free kicks. First of all, you refuse to give anyone a chance to take free kick. You are Ronaldo, therefore you must take all the free kicks.
Mm-hmm.
That penalty Ronaldo took was too bad. It was too bad, and I'm telling you, 100%. If Ronaldo was not on the pitch, Bruno Fernandes will score. He's not missing
Mm.
any penalty. He's not. There's no. No matter how good old Black is, he's not catching. He's not catching his penalty. Right?
True,
Bernardo
true.
Silva is even there. You even see in the penalty shootout. Compare the three people that took penalty shootout. Ronaldo's penalty was the poorest.
Mm. Yeah, it was the one that was most predictable.
Fernandez, Fernandez, the keeper has already gone the wrong way and now
Yeah,
realized, oh, I'm going the wrong way. Then he scored.
yeah,
Bernardo Silva, he went the wrong way. So
yeah.
it just shows that there is what I told you. I said, look, Ronaldo playing, first of all, is
Mm-hmm.
hindering Portugal. We might say he was a goal, but he's 41 years. Let them move on.
He's like 39, right?
39 or 41,
However, it doesn't matter. But yeah, he's old. He's
right?
old. Yeah.
They just need to move on from Ronaldo, bring him on
Mm.
or something. They had so many free kicks that if Fernandez or even Bernardo Silva took one
Mm.
of them, or even Rafael Leao, they had a better chance. The free kicks were poor,
Yeah,
right?
I
The
know,
only
but
chance, the only chance created by an intelligent player, Jota.
mm,
You know, we've talked about Jota on the pod when,
yes,
in the first games, Jota wasn't starting. We said, oh, Jota should start.
yes.
Now he
Everybody
started
wants
starting.
Jota to start. Yeah.
Yeah, he started, but Jota got that penalty out of nothing
Mm-hmm.
because Slovenia were like solid. They were like rock,
Yeah, they were tough.
unbreakable.
They were tough.
Left, left, center, right. Everybody was just. I'm like
Mm-hmm.
the performance was just too professional, right? But the thing is, I also looked at. I said once if this game gets to penalty, Slovenia is not going to win because the players that Portugal have, right, in terms of
Mm-hmm.
their experience, they are just too good not to
Yeah.
go through on penalties. And it
I,
showed.
I think from the first penalty that was played and Ronaldo missed it, it gave Slovenia like some
Oh,
hope that
like
with
is
penalties
this
we
for
might
us?
have a with penalties we might
Chance.
have a fighting chance compared
Okay.
to Portugal. But I think they didn't realize that Diego Costa, right, is 1 in a million, right?
Is a
Because
penalty merchant.
he's one in
Diego
a
Costa is
million. He
a
literally
penalty
made
merchant.
history. He
Yeah,
literally made history tonight,
yeah,
scoring, right? Sorry, catching three consecutive penalties,
yeah.
which has never been done in the Euros, right? And so looking at that, yes, let's go to penalties, let's go to penalties, and then that's happening. Like all their players, he caught all the penalties that they played. So what was the point,
And
right?
yeah.
Right. So
But
at
it,
the end
but
of the
it,
day, at the end of the day,
it
it
was
comes down to
it
the
was
one-on-one chance that they did not score.
Sesko missed. Yes. That
Exactly.
chance that Sesko had the best two chances of the game.
Mm,
Fell to Sesko and he could not score. They could have been 2-0 up.
yeah.
I just wonder if they didn't watch the Georgia match, right? They could have been 2-0 up easily because Sesko, Portugal didn't really have any clear-cut chances.
With
Like
the Ronaldo, yeah, they didn't have a lot of
Ronaldo's
clear
own
chances.
was something that he just tried to. His movement was good. He got it like a yard ahead of the defender, but there was not enough space. Do you get? But
But
he
that's
could
a
still.
chance.
Ronaldo is a chance. Ronaldo of before will probably score that. Ronaldo when it was like maybe 30, 29 will probably score that. But 10 years
Yeah,
later,
yeah.
right? He an elderly guy.
The age is definitely telling on him. But
Age
let's
is
talking
telling on
about the
him.
question you
Yeah,
asked me
yeah.
if Ronaldo should be starting in Portugal. I think I know like it's Ronaldo is holding them back, but I still think he should start. Right. I still believe that
Right.
Ronaldo should start because of what I initially said, right? Just having Ronaldo on that team, right,
Mm-hmm.
is going to put fear in the other people, right?
But people
Just
don't
take
really have fear for Ronaldo like that. There was no fear. Like Slovenia were enjoying playing against Ronaldo,
but if you look at
right?
I know we're talking about free kicks, right? Who else will take the free kick? if Ronaldo doesn't take free kick, Ronaldo definitely can score free kick, right? Easily.
But
If
the
Ronaldo
free
doesn't
kicks
take free
were
kick, who will
bad.
take it?
His free
No,
kicks
but
have
it
not
was not.
really been good
But when you
in
say
the
when you
last
say
1 year.
bad, you're making it seem like it was like absolutely horrible. It was not so horrible. I mean, for his
No,
quality, it was
but
bad.
for Bruno Fernandes
Mm,
might have been a better option
to take
for
the free
free
kick.
kicks,
Mm,
even the penalty.
yeah, definitely see. So if Ronaldo doesn't start,
Yeah.
then you would rather start Jota
Okay, which
instead of.
other points do you have? Which other justification do you have for Ronaldo starting?
No,
You said,
I'm just looking at in terms of like the competition itself, right? Having a strong presence
yeah,
like Ronaldo on your team, a superstar like that, would, whether you like it or not, will put fear in some teams, right? Just like having
yeah,
Mbappe on the pitch, just like having, you big players for their countries starting in the game. You don't know what to expect. Ronaldo can score penalty. It's just that this one that he did not play. This one that was caught right in the game was as a result of the keeper being very good. The keeper was just on form in the game. There was just nothing he could do. He put it at a good height.
I
He
see
played it
that.
well, but the keeper guessed right and got there early. Right, that was the reason why he didn't score.
But
The
but
second time,
but but
I
you
was
could
going to,
also
I was
argue.
going to say the second. I was going to say the second penalty that Ronaldo played. The keeper guessed right but didn't catch it because Ronaldo was a bit faster. Right. So I'm just saying that Ronaldo is not so washed up that he can't start in the team, and he's passionate about the team. I think he can start, but my own thing is remove him early. Remove Ronaldo early. Make the sub
Yeah,
early. Don't be afraid to remove Ronaldo. He doesn't have to play 90 minutes. That's my
that's
own. That's
true.
the way I stand. Start Ronaldo, but don't keep Ronaldo for the whole game, right? Because you see
I,
parts of
I,
the second
I,
half.
I feel Ronaldo should come on, right? It should be a case where he comes on, right? Like
Mhm.
first 70 minutes, he should not be there. 70, had it been Ronaldo came in like the 70th minute, there will be
Mm.
that energy, running power, motivation, ginger to the crowd. Like there will be there's just a lot of things he could have offered them, right?
Yeah,
Which I felt like wasn't there like at the start, but at the same time, I don't know. But I just feel like he doesn't get the ball, he complains. It's just too much. It's just too much. Just like
yeah,
Lukaku.
but
He
yeah, but I'm
complains a
seeing
lot.
it though. I'm actually seeing what you're saying.
He complains a lot.
It just doesn't really add much. It
Yeah.
doesn't really add much in the full 90 minutes as you would expect.
Yeah.
Given situations that they've been in, is like sometimes it's like almost like they're not really passing to Ronaldo. Almost, it's like sometimes he has to come back for the ball and get the ball. I think
Yeah.
his major role in the team now is just to play like a proper traditional nine, stay up there and wait for the
Yeah.
header,
And we saw.
stay up there and wait for the chance to score. So I see what you're saying.
He is limit Ronaldo is currently limiting them. That's the
Mm,
honest truth. That's the way me I see it. It's
yeah.
better Ronaldo comes in
Mm,
and then he gives you a different perspective. He gives the defenders a different thing to think about. They've been
mm,
used to the person attacking them for the first 70 minutes. But once he comes on, it's a
mm,
bit different. And towards the ending of game, they are tired,
yeah.
right? So that I don't know. That's an advantage of something Roberto Martinez should think about, right?
But
But
the pair between Ronaldo and
and
Jota
Jota,
up
yeah.
front could also be very dangerous because you have two guys that are very good at finishing, playing up
But
front.
they are not playing off each other.
Mm.
So of what
But
use is
they don't necessarily need to play off each other because Jota will be on his own being crafty, doing whatever he wants to do. Jota can also drop deep, right,
yeah,
and just play as a center forward or as a 10. Jota can play like as a 10 easily,
yeah,
right? So having Jota there as a 10 or like an attacking midfielder is fine because he's very crafty, good on the ball, right?
yeah.
He can also be there to poach some chances. But having Ronaldo there in that team, someone that can also finish, being there in the team, because Ronaldo is we can't take it away from him. He might look washed up now, but in scenarios, he's one of the best finishers in football, right? I will say right now, but he's one of the best.
He
There's a
was.
chance that he will score.
He
Do you get what
was.
he was? Let's say he was.
Yeah.
Right now he's not in form, but there's a
Yeah.
he's not really playing well, playing as we know him to play. But there's a chance that you having Ronaldo there in that box could be dangerous. He can score another. He can score with his legs. You don't know what to expect. He can also poach. So having
Yeah.
two people like that
But he's
pairing
not.
up,
He's not scored in these Euros.
that's the thing.
He's not
Some
scored.
people are arguing that he's not receiving the ball. That they're not serving him the ball as much, but
But he's
he's
not
not still
scored.
doing anything with the ball too either.
Yeah, but you are the goat for some people, right? And
Yeah.
before he used to have like positional play. He used to go on the wing. There's several options with him, but with that age, he's limited.
Yeah.
Ronaldo, looking at his real role, he's a winger.
Yes.
He's a winger. It's just that he
He
knows how
is.
to finish. That's why he
Yeah.
was moved up front. But even
Hmm.
at that, right? I just feel like he should come on, not start
Yeah.
for Portugal. So
Yeah.
that's it. Let's move over to France, Belgium. Like, how did you see this game? Like, France now, one crazy stat about France is that they are the only team, they are in quarterfinal, but they are the only team that has not scored from open play. They've not scored from open play. They scored 3 goals in the Euros.
Mm.
Two of them have been own goals.
Yeah.
Austria, and today was given as an own goal,
Yeah. It was an own goal. Yeah.
right? And Mbappe's goal was a penalty.
Mm.
So they've not really scored from open play,
Mm. I think
right?
I think France and Belgium are two sides in these Euros so far
Yeah,
that we've expected so much from them, but
but they've
they've
given
just
issue.
been underwhelming, right? They've
Yeah,
just been underwhelming completely, right? You see a team like Belgium. We spoke about in our pre-match conversation that we had. We spoke about France and Belgium. We spoke about Belgium specifically, and we said that they have the golden generation, or they have like this they were
that's golden
and you
generation.
have yeah, and you have like these players like Doku, De Bruyne, in the
A
team that are
lot of
there,
them, Lukaku,
Lukaku, that are there to
and
that
so
can cause
many.
harm to
Yeah,
France. And
yeah,
you look at France, obviously, you have like they have a very strong defense, and you talked about that compactness and everything. But
yeah.
looking at the game, the way they played, there was not really much to take from it because
It was
yeah,
cagey.
France had possession of the ball most of the time, right?
Yeah,
But they didn't really do much with it. It's not
yeah.
like they really did
But
much with
even
it.
as that, Tedesco, that's the Belgium manager, he
Yeah.
set them up in a form of like a defensive manner. De Bruyne was
Yes.
was in the middle, coming
Yes. I
in from deep, and I was like,
yeah.
why don't you just unleash this guy? Let him be forward. Let him cook.
Yeah.
Imagine he was more up front with Doku.
Mhm.
Lukaku have Lukaku, you need to give him like 5 balls to score one, but
To
at
score
least
one.
I'm sure that he would. We're not sure whether he brought his shooting boots, but he will still score.
Yeah.
Did he
I
even score? Did he score in this tournament? I don't think he scored.
I don't think he did. I see why they will set up Belgium to be more defensive than France, just because of France, their sequence of passes, right? They can pass their way to they can pass their way into your box,
Your box
right?
18.
If you see some of the sequence of passes they have, is very very good, right?
Yeah,
And
scary.
with Belgium, they try to be very tight, so to squeeze the space, make sure France they don't have any space, cause them problems, but be ready for that counter, right? Be ready for that counter, but it didn't break for them as much
The
as they
counters
expected
they were
because
expecting.
yeah, but because look at the chance, look at the chance that Theo Hernandez, or what's his name?
Yeah,
Look at the
yeah,
chance he stopped, right?
yeah,
That was going to be a goal.
yeah.
That
Was
was
it?
going to be a goal.
Yeah, yeah,
So they've been solid defensively,
yeah,
and they just really found a way to squeeze Belgium back. Belgium had some breakout moments in the game where they could have really scored France, but for
yeah.
the most part, France like had possession of the ball and they just
Better.
like smothered Belgium till almost till the end. And I don't know. I don't know how I feel about France. Like France meeting Portugal, I would be more scared of Portugal because I think
No, France would remove Portugal. See this Portugal we saw. They are going to
you think
remove them
so. You think France will remove Portugal?
100%. You
I
see,
don't
if
know.
France, let me put it out there, if France played the same way they played with Belgium with Portugal, Portugal are going out in the sense that France,
Mm,
they are just too, and they've been like this in most tournaments,
mm,
like of recent time, right?
yeah.
They are just too professional in the way they play, and that's why
Mm,
Kante was brought back
yeah. Very professional. Very, very serious.
because he's going to win that ball back,
Yeah.
transition that ball forward. He's
Mm-hmm.
not really going to beat around the bush, but there's no real space for you to hit them on the counter. You hardly catch France open, wide
Yeah.
open,
Yeah.
right? It's more like I don't know. I'm still you are confused about what style of play there. It's more like they split the pitch, but at the same time, the pitch is not split. They attack you,
Mm-hmm.
but you don't really get much space to attack them. That's why Belgium, it felt like they had counter attacks. Belgium had counter attacks, right?
Yeah.
But like you said, it was not very successful. Like they
Mm.
marked out. Probably they practice counter attack. What do we do? Right?
Doku, give
Yeah,
Doku the ball and let him just.
Doku was really, really outstanding.
It was the most exciting player on the pitch.
He's just so
Like
he's just
separate
so good.
separate just look at his individual
Yeah,
performance, like
yeah,
him on the ball every single time. There's something he's doing every
yeah,
single time. He's passing one player, two players.
yeah,
They have to really bring like two players to hold him down.
yeah.
And he was really, really, man, he was really, really exciting in this game. I really thought he would do something dangerous, but I mean, Doku is exciting to watch, but he doesn't really have the best finishing, right? Doesn't really have the best finishing
Nah.
ability.
And that's why when people say, "Oh, you can compare him to Hazard," I'm like, Hazard.
Nah,
Do these people that are talking? Do they know
nah,
who Hazard was?
nah. You can't.
Mm.
You can't. You can't. You
Oh,
can't.
Hazard was a left winger, but Hazard was a 10.
Mm,
When he sees nothing
can't.
is happening, comes back, starts that his rolling, goes in circles like a snake, dribbles people. Doku just focuses on the wings, but
Yeah,
Doku is really good.
he's good.
Doku and De Bruyne were extremely good.
It's
Right
just
there.
sad for Belgium. It's just
Yeah.
sad for Belgium. They both were very good and very exciting. Sad for them. But yeah, I guess that's all I have to say for them.
What's your thought on this golden generation? Is this is the end? Would you say this is the end of the golden generation? It should be because most of them are in their 30s now. All of them, practically all of them are in their 30s.
I
Most
think
De
I
Bruyne,
think
Lukaku,
I think it already
Eto'o,
ended. It ended
Eto'o.
in the last World Cup.
Yeah,
It ended in the last World Cup. I
yeah,
don't think there's anything else you can squeeze from them.
yeah.
We're
They're
looking
just
at it.
not there.
We're looking at a De Bruyne that has been rumored to go to Saudi or is open to that kind of move, right? Which is a signal that I'm going to the end of
Tired.
my career. I'm
Yeah,
tired. You're
yeah.
looking at a Lukaku that's I don't know
He's
if he has
going
not been
to
in form
Saudi.
for a long time,
He's okay.
right?
No, no, no. He's going to Napoli.
He has not.
Lukaku is going to Napoli.
Lukaku has not really been in form for a long time, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's just like what do you expect from that?
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the whole thing. That's the whole situation with that. But yeah.
So, what are your expectations for? Like we know they've qualified now. We know France is meeting Portugal, right?
Mhm.
What's your expectation for both? We'll still have a pre match, right? But what do you think? Who is going through? You think Portugal will go through? Why? Why do you think they will go through?
Um, I think yes, I think Portugal have a chance of going through,
Yeah,
but that is due to that is due to a couple things, right?
yeah.
The biggest threat in Portugal's team is not Ronaldo. People think he might be,
It's
but
Jota.
it's not Ronaldo.
Is it? Is it
Actually is between
Bernardo Silva?
Bruno Fernandez and Bernardo Silva,
Silva.
right? Those are the two really dangerous threats that you have
Yeah,
in that
that you
Portugal
need to
team
lock down.
that you need to really worry about.
And Bruno playing deeper is not really good. That's another thing he needs to change.
Mm,
Bruno is too deep. I
mm,
think if they can find somebody to fill that role and push Bruno forward, right? Use
yeah.
Bernardo Silva more of like a right winger, right?
I would have been thinking they were using.
I felt like Bernardo Silva was the 10, was playing as the 10, just behind the striker.
I
I
thought that
don't
was
know.
Vitinha. That was Vitinha that was playing as a 10.
Okay,
Vitinha was.
maybe
That's
just
how
the
it felt like.
the
It felt like
position.
Vitinha was playing.
Yeah,
I was not seeing Bruno Fernandes going wide a lot. Him and Cancelo. It's just that
it
Cancelo
was
kept
deep.
overlapping
It
him.
was deep. And
But
so
sorry,
some back.
Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
I saw Bernardo Silva going wide a lot, like to the right wing. And I saw like Cancelo just, keep running back and forth, back and forth. Well, Cancelo was really high. It was really high attacking. Like that,
yeah,
that was quite interesting to see. But looking at the way they played,
yeah.
right? Looking at the way they played, I just think Slovenia were
Mm,
just really good. They were just really good in their shape. And that's the biggest thing I struggle with France. France they can lose their head a little bit. And
yeah,
with a team like Portugal, you have people that can score. That's the
that's
big thing with Portugal. You have Bernardo Silva can score, Bruno Fernandes can score, Ronaldo can score, right?
yeah,
Vitinha is good. You have Rafael Leao that can score. So you have a team that is dangerous. They have guys that are there that are very dangerous that can score you, right? But on paper,
yeah.
right? Typically, right now, looking at comparing them as they are, people will lean more towards France because of Mbappe, Kante, and all this.
Yeah. But is
These
who
people.
shows up on the day? We'll see who
Yeah,
shows
but
up.
in this one is who it could be who shows up on that day. I will lean more towards Portugal if France is not
Yeah.
careful.
Okay.
I will lean more towards
Yeah.
Portugal. What do you think?
We'll see who shows up on the day.
Mm, that's true.
We'll see who shows up. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. The Euros has definitely been very exciting so far in terms of what we've seen.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not exciting is not even from the point of the big countries. Exciting is from the point of how well the no-name countries have
Have
done well
really
for themselves.
performed.
Whether
Yeah.
we like it or not, Slovenia had one of the big
Slovakia.
had one of their biggest nights tonight against
Yeah.
Portugal. For them
Yeah.
to drag Portugal through the mud
Yeah.
up until um, penalties is very
Yeah.
impressive. You've
Yeah. That's
seen England struggle with Slovakia, right? Slovakia dragged them to extra time, right? They almost lost. Slovakia almost removed England, right? So this Euros has shown us that it's not by big
yeah.
teams. It's not by big names. It's by who shows up tactically, who shows up professionally, and who delivers on that
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
If you're not doing what you're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah.
do at your game, you would lose. Whether you're
Yeah.
Portugal,
You're going to.
whether you're
Yeah.
France, it does
That's
not
true.
matter. You have to play well on that
Doesn't
day.
matter.
So that's how I see it.
But
But
we'll
yeah,
see. We'll see what happens. Yeah.
yeah, definitely. We'll definitely see what happens, and then we'll go live again after the game
The game's tomorrow.
that
Yeah.
happens tomorrow. All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.